We got Let Them Eat Lobster. France spent over $500,000 on a state dinner for King Charles. $500,000. Let me put this into a perspective for you. However, in the EU, the average income for a single person is 26,000 euros. That's average, which in some countries like Italy is 31,000. So let's take 31,000 euros because we are also in the EU, which would make, let me do the math, that would make about 15%. So in this one dinner, the French has spent 15% yearly salaries to feed this one monarchist asshole. Yep, definitely seems fair. Definitely is not angering at all. French President Emmanuel Macron, his wife Brigitte Macron, Britain's King Charles and Queen Camilla toast during a state dinner at the Château de Versailles near Paris in September 2023. Entertaining the King of England is an expensive business, France is finding out. A sumptuous lobster dinner held to welcome Britain's King Charles III to Paris last September cost the French president's office nearly 475,000 euros, according to accounts published on Monday by France's public auditor. How does it feel that your money is going to feeding these aristocrats, these monarchs who do completely jack shit for you? Basically for the popular figureheads. And sometimes they are not even popular, they are just figureheads. The lavish affair at the Palace of Versailles, which saw around 180 guests stuck into a feast of blue lobster, crab cakes and champagne, marinated chicken, helped blow an 8.3 million sized hole in the Elysee Palace's budget last year, the auditor said. Okay, so it costs almost half a million to feed the British king alone, and 180 other guests had blown 8.3 million in one single evening, which I'm gonna even do the math for you. We have a calculator, so 8.3 million divided by 180, that is 46,000 euros for every one of these guests. So 46,000 euros per guest. Amazing, isn't it? The watchdog, which is responsible for scrutinizing presidential finances, including spending on staff, security, and diplomatic duties, said the Elysee Palace expenses has toppled $125 million, euros, during 2023, up 14% from the previous year. 125 million euros in expenses for fucking bourgeoisie, for fucking monarchists, for fucking elitists. Meanwhile, there is a lot of French who are in very stressful conditions. Meanwhile, the French debt is rising. And yes, somehow the French cannot find money to actually balance the budget. Somehow they are not able. Like, there are no any, big items on their year budget that could be cut out. Literally, no big thingies on their budget to be able to cut out something that they could live without, nothing like expensive lavish parties for those fucking bourgeoisie. No, they must eat fucking expensive lobsters to laugh in your faces because you voted for them. Let's see if the French manage to figure that out, that they're basically getting once again exploited, and they may have another revolutionary mood. It would definitely do them good, at least they would be able to find some money. The overspend was part of a much bigger French government budget deficit in 2023, which has just earned the country a rap on the knuckles from the European Union. Ultimately, the European Union won't do anything because they are too afraid those big countries would would retaliate, and the EU really does not want to destabilize itself even further with forces like Hungary, like they do not really want to antagonize biggest members. The state dinner included outlays of more than 166,000 euros for catering and 42,000 euros for drinks. How? How the fuck do you spend 42,000 euros for a drink? Did you went to the fucking thought-based restaurant or something? I know this is a very overused joke, but whatever. On top of other costs, including furniture, flowers, and table decorations. King Charles and his wife Queen Camilla attended the banquet as part of a 3-day state visit to France, which had been postponed from earlier in 2023 because of widespread protests over Macron's pension reforms. During the trip, King Charles praised the indispensable relationship between the UK and its neighbors. In a historic speech to the French Senate chamber. Yeah. You fucking bourgeoisie. I mean, bourgeoisie, I think bourgeoisie was termed for the rich traders in the 18th century and so like that. It wasn't for the royalty, but whatever. Fucking, this is unironically obscene. Mick Jagger, Hugh Grant, and former French football manager Arsène Wenger were among the famous faces at the state dinner, which was held in Versailles, greeting 240,000 foot, 73-meter-long hall of mirrors, where, according to Paris's website, France's ill-fated monarchy runs through balls, weddings, and entertain foreign dignitaries. Do you seriously not want to go into a revolutionary mood, France? Because this definitely seems like shit that has been happening in the 18th century, don't you think so? And they are quite rich laughing at you directly in your faces for everything that you fought for. For everything what you fought for. Now they are throwing the parties at the same fucking building. In the same fucking room that they were throwing those parties before the revolution. The audit office is now playing the role of party pooper, warning that significant efforts will need to be undertaken from 2024 in order to restore and sustain the financial balance of the presidency. It noted that another state dinner thrown for the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi last year in the lure came to 412,000 euros. Does this seem normal to you? Does spending 400,000 fucking euros seems normal to you? For a fucking dinner? Scandalous. This is absolutely scandalous. The European Union handed France an official warning last month over its budget deficit, which stood at the 5.5% of gross domestic product last year, one of the highest among the 27-member bloc. France's national debt has also ballooned to nearly 111% of GDP, which means the French economy is likely going to face a collapse in the future. Once you go beyond those 100 magical line, then it's quite likely that you basically enter the final stage of your country, where eventually it will implode, unless you are able to turn it around, which history tells us that doesn't really happen quite often now, does it? The Elysee Palace did not immediately respond to the request for comment. Obviously not. Like, how would they fucking explain that they are throwing lavish parties for those bourgeoisie, for these fucking monarchs? No, tell me seriously, what did they do to deserve such dinners? Dinners worth like €500,000, something that 15 people earn a year. A dinner worth of 15 people's yearly wages. And that is still from the average people. This is not even from the workers who earn the lowest wages. Like, this is scandalous. This is unironically scandalous. Like, I cannot even understand from the Indian Prime Minister, like 400,000 euros for what? For fucking what? You can take him to the fucking restaurant and order a fucking $20 or $30 steak, which will probably cost like $60. order him some fries, some of your French steak sauce, give him a baguette and some vegetables so he is healthy, and there you go, there's your fucking dinner. And it probably is about equal delicious as any of this overpriced bullshit you serve there, you fucking bourgeoisie pig. Unbelievable, unfucking believable. I cannot understand those people who spend so much money on such vanity, Those 10 millions or however that was, that the yearly budget for these parties was, could have been spent to actually help French people, could have been spent to actually help the people, or to actually not have deficit as big. Like 8 million is still quite a bit. And when there are things like this in a budget, then I would imagine there are also other bourgeoisie stuff that is highly corrupt, that is highly exploiting the workers. Scandalous, and we're gonna move on.